Good morning, everyone. This is Vishwas. Welcome to our channel edulearn.in. If you have not subscribed the channel, kindly subscribe it for more updates and for more videos. Right? Okay. Now we are going to start with the topic site of photosynthesis. That's of class 10th. I have already uploaded one video related to the chapter that is life processes. This is the second video. So if you haven't watched the previous one, just go and watch it before although all the concept of this chapter has been already explained, all the previous concepts has been already explained in that video. So let's start with this site of photosynthesis. As you can see, what is first of all photosynthesis? I have already explained in the previous video. Photosynthesis is a process of making food in the presence of sunlight, CO2, water, and some minerals which is dissolved in soil, right? That plant absorb. So, site of photosynthesis, where the photosynthesis takes place, is called chloroplast, and which contains chlorophyll, right? So you can see this. This is the cross section area of the leaf. This is leaf. This is midrib. This middle line, and this is lamina or leaf blades. ये जो small small से हैं, right? This is veins, and this is phloem and xylem. This upper one, red one, is phloem, and this blue one is xylem. And this basically combined to form a vascular bundle. Structure of xylem and phloem inside. So here you can see the chloroplast. These green colored substances, they are basically chloroplast. They are below this vexicutile layer and upper epidermis. These are under that, and basically chloroplast contains chlorophyll that is responsible for the process of photosynthesis, and there are some, you can see, air spaces also between them, and these are guard cells that helps in the opening and closing of stomata, right? Okay. Now, main events of photosynthesis are: number one, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Number two is conversion of light energy into chemical energy by splitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen, right? So reduction of CO2 to carbohydrates. So carbohydrates convert to CO2 convert हो जाती है carbohydrates में, right? Stomata I have already explained. This is the figure because in the previous video the diagram I have drawn is not understandable, so I have come up with this one. So stomata are the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves, and the opening and closing of the stomata is controlled by guard cells. These are basically the guard cells. You can see this circular things, right? This is a stomatal pore. These are chloroplasts, right? Okay. Now, function of stomata is to exchange of gases like CO2 and O2, and losses large amount of water during transpiration, right? So जब water excess amount में हो जाता है या गर्मी के अंदर, तो सर्दियों के अंदर या गर्मियों में भी कई बार एक्सेस अमाउंट में वाटर एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है प्लांट, देन इन दैट केस दैट एक्सेस अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर इज रिलीज थ्रू दीज stomatal pores. So heterotrophic nutrition, kind of nutrition in which organisms do not possess the ability to synthesize their own food. They depend on autotrophs for their food supply directly or indirectly. So basically I have already told you about heterotrophic nutrition. Human beings is a great example of this mode of nutrition, and other animals also. So basically, we are dependent upon other plants and animals for our food, for our survival, for our energy requirements. So holozoic nutrition, animals that take in solid food and break down inside the body. For example, amoeba and animals, that's known as holozoic, right? So holozoic is we are taking in solid food and breakdown occurs inside our body. So saprophytic nutrition is those nutrition which depends upon the dead and decaying matter. Those organisms which feed on dead and decaying matter, this type of nutrition basically known as saprophytic nutrition, like fungi. And parasitic nutrition. Parasites live inside or outside other organisms which are called as host and derive nutrition for it. For example, cuscata and ticks, etc. These are basically some parasites that depends upon the other organisms in order for their nutrition, and this type of nutrition which is dependent upon the host or some other organism which behaves like a host, is known as parasitic nutrition. How do organisms obtain their food? Let's see. Unicellular organisms or single-celled organisms. Organisms are basically of two types. One is unicellular, the other one is multicellular. So amoeba is under unicellular organism. Unicellular are basically that is made up of only one cell, or that consists of only one cell. That is known as amoeba, right? Or paramecium also you can say. So this is in the diagram you can able to see that's a nucleus and this is a food particle. Now how amoeba going to take this food particle? See this, amoeba ने अपने दो pseudopodias, these are kind of structures which helps to engulf the food. ये food के around surround हो जाते हैं. This uh, helps in engulfing. अब ये surround कर लेते हैं food को, food कहीं जा नहीं पाता तो food vacuole को अंदर engulf कर लेते हैं. अब here it is the food vacuole. इसके बाद डाइजेशन स्टार्ट होती है, राइट. और एक्सक्रीशन भी ये सेम प्रोसेस के थ्रू करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ सूडोपोडिया. दे जस्ट रिलीज द वेस्ट मटेरियल आउटसाइड द amoeba or the cell. This is the four step food chain. So process of intake of amoeba. So let's see the process that I have explained right now. Amoeba pseudopodia की extension हुई, then food को capture किया, then take in the food vacuole, then digestion of food in food vacuole, then digestion के साथ साथ वो diffuse करता रहता है simpler substances into cytoplasm, and the undigested food then goes to the surface of the cell and is thrown out, right? Okay. Now paramecium cilia take in food at a specified spot. पैरामीशियम एक ही पर्टिकुलर स्पेसिफाइड स्पॉट पे लेता है, हर जगह नहीं ले सकता लाइक अमीबा, राइट. न्यूट्रिशन. नाउ न्यूट्रिशन organisms nutrition varies according to the organisms, right? So different organisms utilize different nutritional processes as it depend upon the source of carbon from where the food is obtained, right? Okay. Now ingestion, intake of food material into simpler ones, then digestion, breaking of complex food, then absorption, then assimilation, then digestion. Absorption is movement of digested food, assimilation is utilization of food products, and digestion means removal of waste products. So this thing, what you can say is these are various processes that has to be followed in case of multicellular organisms or in case of organisms. Nutrition in human beings we are going to start now. So how do nutrition in human beings occur? Let's see. The alimentary canal is basically a long tube like structure which is extended from the mouth to the anus. मतलब ये mouth से शुरू होता है और anus तक जाता है and performs various functions inside our body. For example, you can see this figure. I will explain this through video or graphics also. So this is tongue, right? Tongue is helpful in case of mixing of food, right? So when the food is gone into your mouth, आपके teeth क्या करते हैं? Food को smaller particles में convert कर देते हैं. After that conversion, mouth के अंदर जो tongue होती है और saliva produce होता है. Saliva produce होता है आपका salivary gland से, और we call that salivary amylase. So वो क्या करता है saliva? जब tongue उसको food के साथ mix करती है after chewing of food from teeth, तो फूड के साथ मिक्स होने के बाद जो आपका फूड है वो कन्वर्ट हो जाता है किसमें? Simpler substances में, like starch is converted into glucose by saliva, right? Okay. After that conversion, what happens is वो माउथ के थ्रू होते हुए बकल कैविटी के थ्रू होते हुए कहाँ जाता है? ओइसोफेगस में. ओइसोफेगस इज ऑल्सो नोन एज फूड पाइप, राइट. सो यहाँ पे क्या होती है? जिगजैग मूवमेंट होती है या पेरिस्टाल्टिक मूवमेंट्स होती है, ठीक है. सो पेरिस्टाल्टिक मूवमेंट से वो क्या होता है कि वो फूड होता होता है यहाँ पे आ जाता है, ठीक है. व्हेन द फूड एंटर्स योर स्टमक, व्हाट हैपेंस इन दैट केस इज स्टमक के अंदर आपके HCl भी प्रेजेंट होता है एंड म्यूकस भी प्रेजेंट होता है. अब HCl यू विल थिंक ऑफ, सर HCl हाउ कम? इट्स अ हाईली स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड. सो बेसिकली HCl के आपके स्टमक में दो फंक्शंस होते हैं. The first one is to kill the microorganisms which is present in your food and that has came to your stomach. The second one is to make the medium alkaline for further digestion of the food, or for further it helpful in the enzymes to act upon the food, right? So when the food has been entered your stomach, यहाँ पे अब HCl की प्रेजेंस के कारण मीडियम एल्कलाइन हो चुका है, तो इसके ऊपर कुछ एंजाइम्स एक्ट करना शुरू कर देते हैं, राइट? म्यूकस क्यों प्रेजेंट होता है? म्यूकस इसलिए प्रेजेंट होता है, अब HCl अगर आपकी स्टमक की वॉल्स पे लग गया तो आपको पेन होना शुरू हो जाएगा या एसिडिटी का प्रॉब्लम होगा। तो म्यूकस क्या करता है? म्यूकस आपके HCl के इफेक्ट को थोड़ा कम करके रखता है, राइट? ओके, नाउ अब स्टमक के अंदर कुछ गैस्ट्रिक जूसेस भी सिक्रीट होते हैं, राइट? सो दीज आर पेप्सिन, एचसीएल एंड म्यूकस। एचसीएल एंड म्यूकस के बारे में मैंने आपको बता दिया, राइट? पेप्सिन हेल्प्स इन आर द एंजाइम्स दैट ब्रेक डाउन प्रोटीन्स इन स्टमक ओनली, राइट? नाउ इसके बाद क्या हुआ? फूड कहाँ गया? स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में। स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में क्या हुआ? लेट्स सी, दिस इज अ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, राइट? स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन से पहले एक आता है पेनक्रियास। तो पेनक्रियास ने भी अपना पेनक्रियाटिक जूस या पेनक्रियाटिक एमाइलेज सिक्रीट किया, ऊपर से बाइल जूस भी आ गया लिवर से, राइट? सो बाइल जूस भी आ गया, पेनक्रियाटिक एमाइलेज भी आ गए, इन दोनों के फंक्शंस भी हो गए। सो इन दिस केस व्हाट हैपेंस वाज, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में फूड पड़ा हुआ है। द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन इज साइट ऑफ कंप्लीट डाइजेशन ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स एंड प्रोटीन्स एंड फैट्स। तो यहाँ पे कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स और फैट्स तीनों ही डाइजेस्ट हो रहे हैं। So also small intestine secrete intestinal enzyme which convert carbohydrate into glucose, fat into fatty acids plus glycerol and proteins into amino acids। ये बहुत important line है, बहुत ज़्यादा important है। So kindly make it a note, most important। So it has villi। अब small intestine के अंदर क्या होता है? villi होते हैं। So villi finger-like projections which helps in the pushing of food into blood। अब वो फूड को ब्लड में पहुंचाने का काम कौन कर रहा है? विलाई। विलाई क्या कर रहे हैं? फूड को एब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, प्रोटीन्स, मिनरल्स, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, फैट, सब कुछ एब्जॉर्ब करके ब्लड स्ट्रीम में डाल रहे हैं। इट रिसीव्स द सिक्रीशन ऑफ लिवर्स एंड पैनक्रियाज आल्सो। सो यहाँ पे कंप्लीट डाइजेशन हो रहा है फूड का। द फूड इज एसिडिक विच इज मेड अल्कलाइन for the pancreatic enzymes to act. The pancreas or pancreatic juice which contain enzymes like trypsin for digesting proteins and lipase। So this all things are going on in your small intestine। ठीक है, प्रोटीन्स भी ब्रेक डाउन, ट्रिप्सिन ब्रेक डाउन कर रहा है प्रोटीन्स को या डाइजेस्ट कर रहा है, एंड लाइपेज को ब्रेक डाउन कर रहा है एमल्सिफाइड फैट्स में इन योर स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन। सो fats are present in the intestine in the form of large globules which makes it difficult for enzyme to act on them। So bile juice क्या करता है? जो liver से आया वो इन फैट मॉलिक्यूल्स या ग्लोब्यूल्स को कन्वर्ट कर देता है स्मॉलर ग्लोब्यूल्स में, which increases the efficiency of enzyme action, जिसकी वजह से छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स को डाइजेस्ट करना इजी हो जाता है, राइट? सो नाउ द फूड कम्स इन लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन। सो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन में बेसिकली क्या होता है कि जितना भी एक्स्ट्रा फूड होता है या मिनरल्स वगैरह कुछ रह जाते हैं अगर फूड के अंदर, तो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन उनको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेती है, राइट? दिस लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन एब्जॉर्ब्स द फूड and transfer it to the anus for the further excretion of the food। और वो जो एब्जॉर्ब फूड होता है वो दोबारा से ब्लड स्ट्रीम के अंदर रिलीज कर दिया जाता है, राइट? ओके, नाउ दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव थॉट अबाउट digestion in human beings। So after this we are going to do respiration in human beings, that will be our next video। So stay updated, subscribe the channel in order to get more updates। Thank you and have a nice day। Stay at home, stay safe।
Human beings. Human beings take food through mouth and digest it in specific organs for digestion. The undigested food is defecated. The food we take passes through a specific canal which begins with buccal cavity and ends at the anus. This canal is called alimentary canal or the digestive tract. The parts of the alimentary canal are buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, and anus. The food gets digested gradually as it passes through the various parts of the tract. Digestive juices secreted by the salivary glands, liver, and pancreas also aid digestion. Mouth and the buccal cavity. Food intake in human beings is through mouth. This process of taking food is called ingestion. Chewing food is very necessary for proper digestion, as digestion process starts in the mouth itself. What happens during chewing? The large pieces of food we eat are mechanically broken down into small pieces. Teeth helps us in doing so. Action of saliva on food. During chewing, food mixes with saliva. Saliva is secreted from salivary glands located on the lower jaw between the tongue and teeth. Saliva converts starch in the food into sugars and also softens the food. Tongue. Taste of food can be detected by the taste buds present on the tongue. Tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached to the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and moves in all directions. Taste buds appear as small bumps on the tongue and have different regions which help us enjoy different tastes. Esophagus or food pipe. The swallowed food from the mouth passes onto the esophagus. The epiglottis, which is a flap-like structure behind the tongue, directs the food into the esophagus and prevents entry into the larynx. The peristaltic movements of the esophagus helps the food to move down the tract till it reaches the stomach. Stomach. Stomach is a bag-like structure with thick wall. It is in the shape of a flattened U and is the widest part in the alimentary canal. The food that enters the stomach is churned and mixes with the mucus. Hydrochloric acid and digestive juices secreted by the inner lining of the stomach. The acid helps to kill the bacteria present in the food. It also makes the medium in the stomach acidic. The digestive juices secreted by the stomach break down proteins into simpler substances. Then the food is emptied into small intestine. Small intestine. Small intestine is a highly coiled structure and is about 7.5 meters long. As soon as the small intestine receives food from the stomach, the digestive juices from liver and pancreas are mixed into it. Liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human body and is situated in the upper side of the abdomen. To the right, it is reddish-brown in color. It secretes bile, which breaks down fats. Bile is stored in gallbladder between meals. Pancreas. Pancreas is a leaf-shaped and cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. It secretes pancreatic juice, which acts and breaks down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. After this is completed, the partially digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where intestinal juices act upon the food and completes digestion of any remaining components in food. The carbohydrates in the food break down into sugars like glucose, fats into fatty acids, and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. The food consumed is digested and is now ready to be absorbed into the blood. Absorption of food in the small intestine. The inner wall of the small intestine has finger-like projections called villi, which have a network of thin blood vessels close to the surface. The villus increases the surface area of absorption and absorbs the digested food materials. The substances thus absorbed are transported through the bloodstream to different organs in the body and are used to build complex substances like proteins. This process is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down into carbon dioxide and water with the help of oxygen and releases energy. The undigested and unabsorbed food enters the large intestine. Large intestine. The large intestine is wider than small intestine and measures 1.5 meters in length. Once the undigested food enters the large intestine, it absorbs water and some salts from it and passes the remaining waste into the rectum. Here it remains as semi-solid fecus. The fecal matter is removed through the anus. This is called egestion.